Looking at Anderson Silva, I can be convinced that 50 is the new 30. My God, does he look good.
He really does. They say the last thing you lose is your punch.
And he's got that knockout power based on his Muay Thai skills, but for Anderson Silva, it's all about that fluid movement. Even at 50, it's still going to be on his footwork and his ability to lull Tyron Woodley to walk into a trap.
Yeah, you see Anderson Silva right away in that southpaw striker stance. He's got deceptive angles, and he's got that knockout power that he was able to hone through Muay Thai. Not the same come-up, though, for Tyron Woodley, who got his background as an All-American wrestler, is how he honed his chops.
Anderson Silva, a very effective counter striker, and you can already tell, David, he's waiting to launch that left hand. Tyron Woodley, yes, very good in wrestling, but he's always had an interest in boxing, and he has pop in that right hand. He bothered Jake Paul in their first fight with that right hand, but then was on the receiving end. The only guy to face Jake Paul twice, and unfortunately he went viral for all the wrong reasons in the rematch. And I'm not surprised by the pace. Again, 50-year-old Silva, 43-year-old Woodley. You don't expect to see lightning quick speed, but how do you rate what you're seeing thus far, David?
Woodley's always had a massive right hook. That's been his signature punch. But Anderson Silva, he's so awkward. He's got a very, very unique style. And I was fortunate enough to share a bill with him 4 years ago where he fought Tito Ortiz, and
another
came out very calm like this, but all of a sudden exploded one shot and put Tito to sleep.
I'm not totally surprised that the crowd reacting the way they are, and even now what we're seeing, I didn't expect to see a lot of punches being thrown in the first round, knowing their backgrounds, especially Anderson Silva.
Anderson Silva is, as I said, it might not look like much is happening here, but all of a sudden a shot will land and Woodley will go down.
Just over a minute left in the opening round. Silva has Woodley corralled in the corner.
And I'm not surprised either. It's been quite some time since both of these men have been in a boxing ring. The last time Anderson Silva was in the boxing ring was back in 2022 against Jake Paul, like you mentioned, and then for Tyron Woodley, that was against Jake Paul as well in 2021. So rust doesn't begin to explain it.
Been against the problem child. Man, Silva's thrown just 4 punches, landed. Everything being one. So Woodley doing much better in terms of the offense, but then gets picked off right there as he goes for the jab to the body. Everything being relatively speaking, you would like to see a little more offense from both of them.
I would like to see some more offense, but this is Anderson.
So with the crowd.
Well, I think we've been spoiled with the fights we've had tonight.
Just seconds.
Absolute action-packed. So this is the first one where we're getting a little bit of a feel out in the first round.
Time.
Duke Roufus died peacefully asleep on October 17th of this year at the age of just 55. A former broadcast partner of mine doing kickboxing, one of the greatest guys you will meet in Duke Roufus. He will be deeply missed as we begin round 2. And there's a little more jump now in Anderson Silva's game, David.
He's warmed up now. There you go, little right uppercut. I think he wanted just to ease into the first round at 50 years of age. He needs a little time to get the engine lubricated.
Silva missing or stepping away from that right hand of Woodley, and of course for Woodley, that's the money shot, that's the punch that he's got to land. But remember, Tyron Woodley was a champion in MMA at 170 pounds. Anderson Silva ruled the roost at 185 and fought as high as 205 in MMA, and now here they are fighting a cruiserweight which spans 176 to 200 pounds. You know that very well, David Hay.
That was my own division when I was
Well, you ruled, my friend.
Anderson Silva naturally will come in and around that way. He wouldn't have to drop too much weight. Woodley would need to probably eat himself up to that a little bit.
Christine Hodge, David Hay, Silva lining up Woodley. Woodley is down. Silva scoring the
He's down.
A nifty 50 years of age, Anderson Silva popping Ty Woodley, and Woodley still doesn't seem all right. He needs to clear the
No.